All right, viewers, Bihar is now passé. The spotlight where it comes down to politics is the state of West Bengal. Yesterday, we had the SIR that kicked off in state of West Bengal with the Chief Election Commission there. And today, we've seen once again a massive confrontation that has been building up in days where West Bengal is concerned. The governor's office versus the government of TMC. Primarily, you have Mr. Ananda Bose, who's the governor of West Bengal, taking on Kalyan Banerjee, one of the ministers in Mamata Banerjee's cabinet, on the premise where Kalyan Banerjee made a controversial statement saying arms and ammunition is being distributed from the Raj Bhavan itself to the supporters of the BJP. Well, the governor has not taken kindly to that. He's asked for an FIR to be lodged against Mr. Kalyan Banerjee and also unprecedentedly ordered search operations inside Raj Bhavan.
Another face-off between West Bengal Governor Ananda Bose and the Trinamool Congress. TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee is under police investigation after his explosive allegation that weapons are being stockpiled inside Raj Bhavan. The TMC MP has been booked for defamation, assaulting the governor with intent to compel or restrain the exercise of any lawful power, endangering the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India, promoting enmity between groups and misleading people. These charges are non-bailable and the maximum punishment for the offences is 7 years. It was this statement that triggered the case.
রাজ্যপালকে আগে বলুন যে রাজ্যপালের ভবনে যেন বিজেপির সমস্ত ক্রিমিনালদের যেন রাজভবনে না রাখে। ওই রাজভবনে বসে ক্রিমিনালদের রাখছেন আর সবাইকে একটা করে বন্দুক দিচ্ছেন আর বোমা দিচ্ছেন, মেরে এসো তৃণমূলের লোকেদের, আপনি আগে সব এটা বন্ধ করুন।
Reacting to the FIR, Kalyan Banerjee said the governor is angry with him.
उन्होंने पर्सनल लेगा तो हम भी लेगा, खेला हम उससे ज्यादा जानते हैं। उनको बहुत क्रोध हुआ जब उन्होंने वाइस चांसलर अपॉइंटमेंट किया ना, उसका नजदीक आदमी लोग को, आदमी और महिला लोग को, उस टाइम हम लड़ा था उसका अगेंस्ट में।
The governor then led a search operation at the Raj Bhavan premises to counter the MP's allegations.
Searching for arms and ammunition in the Raj Bhavan is like a blind man searching in the dark, a black cat which is not there.
One remark, one FIR, and the political friction between Raj Bhavan and ruling TMC has once again taken center stage. Bureau Report, India Today.
Joining me, ordered an FIR be lodged against Trinamool's Kalyan Banerjee over his comments where he said that arms and ammunitions were being distributed to BJP supporters from the Raj Bhavan. At the back of that, there has of course also been a search operation in which Governor Bose himself aided at the Raj Bhavan. He's joining us live. Thank you for taking the time out, Governor. My first question stems from you ordering and asking that an FIR be filed against Trinamool leader Kalyan Banerjee. Why? What is the basis of this FIR and your charge?
You see, there is a dictum. Howsoever high you think you are, the law is always above you. Here the particular Honorable MP has violated various provisions of the Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita, which implies exhorting people to mutiny in a riot, making hate speeches, undermining the dignity of the Constitution of India. These are serious charges which can earn imprisonment up to 7 years, and these are non-bailable offences. When the Honourable Member of Parliament said that the governor is harbouring criminals in the Raj Bhavan and also supplying arms and ammunition and bombs to members of a particular political party, it is certainly a hate speech which has the potential of leading people to riot in the street. Therefore, it is my duty as governor to re-establish the credibility of the Raj Bhavan before the people of Bengal. That is why these steps are taken.
Governor Bose, you've also ordered a search operation on your own premises, which is the governor's house, Raj Bhavan, where you yourself took part in search operations. Was it for pure optics? Because that is what the TMC suggests.
See, when a falsehood is uttered, as Mark Twain said, when truth puts on the shoes, lie would have traveled half the way around, which is very true. People should know the truth. They have a right to know the truth. Therefore, I thought, let me order an order against my own actions. The central forces, the state forces, the dog squad and the bomb squad were invited to come to Raj Bhavan and conduct a thorough search of every nook and corner of the Raj Bhavan. The search was done in the presence of the media and the public. Nothing has been unearthed. Now the people know what is the naked truth. That was the intention of this unprecedented act.
But Governor Bose, on what the TMC suggests or says is that the governor of West Bengal has never quite honored the spirit of federalism, where the governor's office has come down to being, played as a political actor. Now, these are allegations that have come from the incumbent chief minister as well as the government of TMC. Then that fine line between an institution and a government then gets blurred.
You see, the governor's job is to be a friend, philosopher and guide to the people of the state. Governor goes by the Constitution of India and the rule of law. I have tried my level best to confine within the Constitution, within the rule of law. My personal equation with the Chief Minister is different, but I do not allow that to cloud my judgments or compromise on the matters of Constitution and the law. Therefore, I take the action which I deem fit under the law, under the Constitution of the country, to protect the interests of the people of Bengal.
Governor Bose, the allegation from the government of West Bengal is that the constitutional post that you hold is not being respected as a constitutional post, and you have become a political actor, where you resort to calling the Chief Minister of West Bengal the Lady Macbeth of Bengal. That is also a charge where the charge is that you have downgraded the office of a constitutional post of a governor and you have politicized it. Therefore, the back and forth that you see in the language of Mr. Kalyan Banerjee, the latest in that.
You see, to say that, comparing a person to Lady Macbeth is an insult. It is from Shakespeare. He is a writer who knows the truth of human life. He also said, misery makes strange bedfellows, and politics also makes strange bedfellows. The governor and the chief minister need not necessarily be on the quarrelsome path. I believe in fighting. Fight is for a cause. Quarrel is for ego. I avoid quarreling on the sake of ego. But fight will certainly continue. When I see that there is violation of the Constitution of India or the rule of law, I will certainly step in, and no personal relation will stand in the way.
Governor Bose, when you use the word Lady Macbeth of Bengal, you also said from here on you will not share any public platform with the Chief Minister of West Bengal. Where the institutional then became personal is the charge.
These are all old stories. After that, we have met, we have agreed, we have decided that we will agree to disagree. Now the situation is changed, and there is no acrimonious debate between the governor and the chief minister.
So you're saying all is well because the charges of a compromised federal structure at the behest of the governor office still is being laid by the TMC, where they say that you unilaterally use the constitutional post to appoint, and in the recent past, 10 vice chancellors to state-run universities, which is the purview of the state government. And this is just one of the many examples where the government of West Bengal alleges the dilution of federalism.
this has been taken up by this government at that time in the Calcutta High Court. The Chief Justice himself has given the verdict that governor has, chancellor, not governor, chancellor is the appointing authority and government has no right to intervene and interfere in that. This is done by the High Court. I am not a higher court to comment on that.
Fair point, sir. The other charge, of course, is, was one on the celebration of West Bengal's Foundation Day, which the Chief Minister opposed, which you supported, which once again set the stage for a conflict between a constitutional post and an elected Chief Minister of a state.
That clearly exemplifies the role of the governor as a rainbow bridge between the center and the state. The center has instructed all governors to celebrate the Foundation Day of each state. As per instructions of the Government of India, it celebrated the Foundation Day of the state. For political reasons, the state government had a difference with the central government. They wanted another day. These are all matters that can be settled in an amicable manner after looking into all aspects of the case.
So what you're basically saying is that there is no conflict between the state government and the post of the governor that you hold. And this was one-off statement by a Kalyan Banerjee, one of the ministers in Mamata Banerjee's cabinet, that needs to be addressed and he needs to be charged with hate speech. You're looking at this as an individual statement?
There is difference of perception between the Government of India and the state government, between the governor and the chief minister. That is part of democracy. The balance which comes out of that. See, the elected chief minister need not have the same perception as the nominated governor. So we have agreed, I suggested, the chief minister agreed that let us agree to disagree. In the matter of administration, we have to agree to disagree. I am not willing for any compromise on matters of principle or the constitutional proprieties or the rule of law. Below that, whatever balance is required, I believe in balance, not in confrontation.
All right, sir. Thank you for taking the time out and joining us. But what is building up right now is a confrontation where you ask Kalyan Banerjee be charged of hate speech, but you say all is well between the both offices. Thank you for taking the time out and joining us, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so let's take that confrontation to our panelists this evening. Joining me, Monojit Mondal, political analyst, Sinha, BJP national spokesperson. Thank you for both of you for joining us. And we begin with Monojit Mondal. Monojit Mondal, you just heard the governor of West Bengal, where he very clearly pointed out that this is not a conflict with West Bengal. This is an allegation that was made completely unsubstantiated, not to an Ananda Bose, but to the highest constitutional post in your state, which is the governor. And you are attacking the Raj Bhavan directly, which is Kalyan Banerjee, and he needs to be charged with hate speech.
No, I think, let me quote Shakespeare to answer him. There is smell of blood, still all the perfumes of Arabia cannot sweeten this sweet hand. That was Lady Macbeth from Shakespeare. The governor might have, have a kind of idea of agreeing to disagree with the chief minister, with the state government. But for the last 3 years, he has been completely deriding the government, his own government, mind you. He is the constitutional head of the government, and every other day he was criticizing the government, at times calling Lady Macbeth, Mamata Banerjee, who is, I think, the second most important political leader in the country after the Prime Minister, one of the most popular leader. Her political career, I think, I do not have the sagacity to assess the political career of Ms. Mamata Banerjee for over 45 years now. The fact remains, Ms. Chaudhary, is that I think both Mr. Banerjee and Mr. Bose, they are not really behaving like mature human beings. And what was the need of having this search in the Raj Bhavan? This is nothing but spectacle. He should have ignored it. Mr. Banerjee is a political person after all, but Mr. Bose is not a political person. Again, I repeat, he should have the courtesy over the member of the parliament. I'm not even going into the aspect of what he has done with the vice chancellor's appointment. We have been suffering for the last 2 years ad nauseam. Even now, still now there are 10, 12 universities without the head of the universities. All the students are suffering out there. I think this should have been more, gentle way of dealing with the things. Mr. Banerjee, after all, is a political person. He will make these political charges. But Mr. Governor, we all respect the position of the governor. I think the kind of behavior that he showed by, especially by calling the dogs and the Kolkata police, I mean, what was the need of doing that? So if Mr. Banerjee is being political, ruthlessly, he too is being political. I think both of them should behave in a mature
Okay.
way. Election.
All right, your time is up. I want to, and you speak of Mamata Banerjee being the second most important political leader after Prime Minister Modi. I would think with what's just happened in Bihar, Nitish Kumar might want to claim that for himself. But I want to, cut across to Tuhin Sinha. Tuhin Sinha, there is a point there because at one end you might suggest that the friction is at the count or at the behest of the TMC, but history stands testimony in terms of how the office, which is a constitutional post of the governor, has conducted itself. You have outrightly on multiple times, which is the office of the governor, attacked elected chief minister of a state. You've called names to the police of the state. You have tried to come in, interfere with state appointments, which goes against the grain of federalism. You yourself have brought the stature of the office down on multiple occasions of the governor's post, and today you're invoking exactly that to seek leverage over what Kalyan Banerjee has said.
Well, good evening, Preeti. Good evening, everybody. Jungle Raj is a reality in Bengal today, much like it was in Bihar between 1990 and 2005. And we, as a political party, are committed to end it in the next 5 months. Having said that, TMC as a party, is temperamentally not equipped to belong to a modern democracy like India. And they have shown it on numerous occasions. This time, of course, Kalyan Banerjee has attacked the office of the governor with ludicrous, with preposterous, with absolutely unsubstantiated, mischievous, notorious charges, for which I salute the honorable governor for, booking him under the right sections of BNS, for initiating, defamation cases against him, and for equally getting his own premises searched. But, where does Kalyan Banerjee get his energy from? He gets his anti-constitutional energy from Mamata Banerjee, who at every, beck and call takes an anti-constitutional position, first by opposing SIR. In the past, of course, she has opposed CAA and made all kinds of, absurd claims that she would not allow it to be implemented. She would not allow the Waqf Amendment Act to be implemented in Bengal, which led to violence, which killed 2 people in Murshidabad. And finally, when he makes these absurd charges of the governor of Bengal harboring some bombs or harboring some ammunition, of BJP workers, let me just name a few TMC officials rather, who have in the recent past been accused and arrested for violence, intimidation or large-scale misconduct in Bengal. Sheikh Shahjahan, assault on ED team. Arabul Islam, murder of rival worker during Panchayat election, South 24 Parganas. Anubrat Mondal, election violence. Ajit Mehti, land grabbing extortion charges. Shibu Hazra, sexual assault, intimidation of women in Sandesh Khali area. So we all know the credentials of TMC. TMC is a party which believes in anarchy, which
All right, sir,
live
your
without.
time is up. I'm going to give the both of you 2 minutes each to put your point forward. I want to bring in Monojit Mondal. Monojit Mondal, you do agree Kalyan Banerjee has used language that he really shouldn't have? It's not just against the grain of constitutionality in this country, but
I think. First of all,
Okay,
I
make
think
your
he has
point.
made it. I think he has made it amply clear that he was instigated by the governor. Where the governor has been, as I mentioned, the governor has been, I think, making such comments, especially against Madam Mamata Banerjee. I mean, even now he called that Lady Macbeth is not a problem. But I'm a teacher of Shakespeare. I know what kind of a character Lady Macbeth was. I think all of you know that what kind of role she played in Macbeth, almost playing the fourth witch in terms of the traditional interpretation of the play Macbeth, instigating Macbeth to kill Duncan. We all know, I think. So the governor doesn't need to justify calling Mamata Banerjee Lady Macbeth, especially when she is trying to invoke the spirit of darkness and calling for unsexing her. So I think the point is very clear that both these people are quite mature, but both of them are behaving like green, unripe minds. Both the sides. I'm not taking sides with anyone. The governor, definitely, he has denigrated his chair for the last 2 years. But remember the sagacity of the chief minister. She has never ever attacked the governor. Even now, when the special case that Mr. Banerjee was mentioning in the Supreme Court, the state government has won the case. Despite that, the chief minister has never pressed the panic button and attacked the post of the governor. She, in fact, 3 months back, she went to the governor house and had the coffee with the honorable governor. I think the governor should also return this kind of courtesies, not just to the chief minister, but even to the elected members of the parliament. And my good friend, you talk about criminality in politics. Look at your record. 20% of your member of parliaments have heinous criminal record. I'm not talking about the local TMC leader, despite the fact that CBI could not even do any charge sheet, file charge sheet and punish Mr. Sheikh Shahjahan. They have been inquiring for the last 2.5 years. Nothing has happened, but your parliamentarians have criminal records.
All right,
Please.
sir, your time is up. Tuhin Sinha, your 2 minutes start now. And I just want to, take you, draw your attention to what the governor has said and done in the recent past. He himself, blurred the line between an institution and a personal attack where he said he will never share stage with Mamata Banerjee. Of course, he reneged on that. But other than that, various issues that could have been very, very controversial where the governor ideally should have stayed away. And one of those was during the time of Sandesh Khali, because it was an ongoing investigation. At that time, to come out openly, pick sides, call the government of West Bengal a government, which instigates violence against women, you somewhere down the line denigrate the office of the governor. And then you set yourself up for attacks as vile as this.
This is not the first governor with whom TMC has had a problem. When Jagdeep Dhankar ji was the governor of Bengal, they were equally venomous in their attacks against him. In fact, I remember the government had abandoned all those people affected by the post-poll violence in 2021. And when Jagdeep Dhankar personally went to visit those people, they only, increased their attacks on Jagdeep Dhankar. So TMC government, like I said, is fundamentally opposed, is fundamentally not equipped to belong to a democracy. They have attacked every governor. Now, when it comes to the present governor, C.V. Ananda Bose, obviously you have answered him about his language. I don't need to re-answer the question. But yes, he has been driven to a point of despair by the repeated, preposterous behavior of TMC. They have leveled all kinds of false charges against him, which I don't even need to report. And when it comes to Kalyan Banerjee, I don't blame him. He is basically extending the uncouth politics of TMC. He is the one who was lampooning Jagdeep Dhankar when he was the vice president. He was mocking his handicap. We have all seen those videos. He's the person who had an open, abusive match with Mahua Moitra. And then, of course, Mahua Moitra joined the match of slander. But this culture of violence which TMC is now propagating in Bengal, I have a larger point. Why did Kalyan Banerjee make these absurd allegations of, the governor harboring certain criminals or harboring certain... Because surely it is to deflect attention from something very malafide which TMC is planning across the state. We have seen instances of violence throughout the TMC regime, but in the run-up to the election, TMC is only going to increase that power and only indulge in more violence. They have made this...
So your time is up, and that's all the time that we really have for. Thank you for both of you for joining us on this debate. Unfortunately, this is not the last that we've seen of a conflict that has been brewing, simmering for years now, and this is the final lap. You're in the last 6 months of elections where West Bengal is concerned, and trust me, where the constitutional post of a governor and the post of an elected chief minister, Mamata Banerjee, comes into question, the face-off will be fierce. The amazing results for the NDA in Bihar are still playing out. Today, Nitish Kumar was unilaterally elected as the chief ministerial face-elect of the NDA. His name was proposed by none other but the deputy CM-elect, Samrat Choudhry, and he went to the Raj Bhavan, the governor's residents to stake claim, where he said he had the numbers. And does he have the numbers? Along with 202 MLAs.
कुमार निष्ठा से प्रतिज्ञान करता हूं।
मैं बिहार राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्ध अंतःकरण से निर्वहन करूंगा।
It is going to be Nitish Sarkar 10वीं बार in Bihar. Nitish Kumar has been elected as the leader of NDA Legislative Party. Samrat, Choudhry and Vijay Sinha from the BJP have also been retained as Deputy Chief Ministers. After NDA Legislative Party meet, Nitish Kumar met Governor and staked claim to form the government.
लगातार भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेतृत्व ने भरोसा जताया है और आगे भी उनके भरोसे पर खड़ा उतरने का प्रयास।
पार्टी जिस अपेक्षा से हम लोगों को जिम्मेवारी दी है, निश्चित तौर पर पार्टी गठबंधन की व्यवस्था को, बिहार की जनता को जो सुशासन से समृद्धि तक ले जाने का प्रधानमंत्री मुख्यमंत्री जी का संकल्प है, विकसित बिहार बनाने का, हम लोग पूरी क्षमता के साथ उसको आगे बढ़ाएंगे।
The swearing-in ceremony will be attended by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, central ministers, chief ministers of NDA-ruled states and senior leaders of the alliance.
जितनी भव्य ये जीत है उतना ही भव्य कल हम लोग का शपथ ग्रहण समारोह होने जा रहा है और मुझे खुशी है कि इसमें प्रधानमंत्री जी की भी मौजूदगी इसमें रहेगी।
India Today has accessed details of what Nitish cabinet could look like. Sources say JDU could get 5 ministers, including names like Vijay Chaudhary and Ashok Chaudhary. BJP too could get 5 berths. Nitin Naveen, Sanjay Saraugi are likely to be picked. From Chirag Paswan's party, LJP, Ram Vilas Raju Tiwari could become a minister. Rashtriya Lok Samta Party could pick Upendra Kushwaha's wife Snehalata, while Jiten Majhi's HAM may pick Santosh Suman. The oath ceremony in Patna will be a show of strength by the NDA, which has bounced back, regaining the ground lost in the 2024 Lok Sabha election. With Rohit Singh and Shashi Bhushan in Patna, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, the latest news break right now coming in. Nitish Kumar's first public comments after winning Bihar. He was in the State Assembly. After that, he went to stake claim at the Raj Bhavan. But Nitish Kumar, inside the Assembly, praised the Prime Minister during the NDA MLAs meet, saying that Prime Minister has offered full support to Bihar, development pace to intensify in the state. Listen in, because very little has come in from now the Chief Minister-elect of Bihar, especially in this election. He might have campaigned, done a lot of Jan Sabhas and rallies, but he hasn't given a single interview, leave alone even speak to the press. So that's a rare moment that Nitish Kumar can be heard saying something. Listen in.
और केंद्र की तरफ से पूरा का पूरा कितना ज्यादा काम और सब सहयोग हो रहा है। आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी भी कितना ज्यादा घूमते हैं, अन्य लोग भी घूमते हैं, तो सब जगह से फायदा हो रहा है। तो आप जान लीजिए कि अब पहले से तो अपना राज्य अच्छा बढ़ रहा है और खूब आगे बढ़ेगा। अब पहले वाला सब क्या किया था जी? कोई काम किया था पहले वाला? और उसका जब 5 में हम लोग आए हैं तो 6 से तो हम लोगों ने सब कुछ करना शुरू किया और सब कुछ बढ़ते 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 अब पहले कोई भी चीज होता था, ये सब चीजवा कुछ को पहले था, देखे थे कोई काम किया था कहीं भी कहिएगा तो जैसे ही हुआ उसी दिन हुआ। तो इसीलिए हम तो यही कहेंगे कि अब इस बार तो और ज्यादा विकास हो, बहुत ज्यादा। इसीलिए तो हम तो यही कहेंगे कि सब लोग मिल करके एकदम बिल्कुल हर जगह के लिए कहिए और सब लोग मिल करके पूरा करेंगे। और केंद्र का जो सहयोग हो रहा है उनके चलते तो और भी ज़्यादा होने वाला है। तो ये सब मिल करके बहुत आगे बढ़ने वाला है। तो इसलिए खुशी की बात है।
All right, so that is Nitish Kumar, the Chief Minister-elect for Bihar, addressing his Vidhayak Dal, his MLAs. They're both coming in from the BJP, the LJP, the other smaller parties, and his own party, the JDU, stating that the Prime Minister will also be one of the engines that will propel the growth of Bihar. A rare moment there. Like I said, you hadn't heard Nitish Kumar say much during the election, especially to the press. This also was recorded when he was addressing the NDA MLAs. I want to cut across right now to my colleague Rohit Singh and Pankaj Jha. Both of them have been tracking the election in Bihar very closely, the fallout of that, the tsunami that we have seen, which we right here call the Sunimo, which is a Nitish Modi combined. But to bring you in, Rohit, you had Nitish Kumar inside the assembly address the NDA MLAs, give credit to the Prime Minister and say, time now to work on the second chapter of development where Bihar comes into question.
Well, yes, while the NDA meeting was going on today at the Central Hall in Bihar Vidhan Sabha, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar was making his address, and during his address, he once again reiterated that how he and the his government and the centre was committed towards the development of Bihar, and that there was a double-engine government both in Delhi as well as in Bihar. So, and in that same context, he also hit out at Lalu Prasad and Rabri Devi without naming them, where he says that पहले वालों ने कुछ किया था क्या, as he usually says that the RJD governance between 1990 to 2005, nothing was done at that point of time. So this is what Nitish Kumar said during his speech and address in the NDA meeting, and also thanked the Prime Minister here for working towards the development of Bihar and providing financial assistance and all sort of help and support for the development of Bihar. So that was Nitish Kumar who was speaking at the NDA legislature party meeting today, earlier in the day. Back to you.
You know, Rohit, stay with me. I want to bring in Pankaj Jha. Pankaj, you know, this is the beauty of power, isn't it? Because पहले बार हम बात कर रहे थे जब पूरा चुनाव चल रहा था, क्या नीतीश कुमार की तबीयत ठीक है, क्या वो मेंटली साउंड है, इतनी सारे कमेंट्री होती थी जो ऑपोजिशन की तरफ से, हम खुद स्टूडियो में बैठ के कितना स्पेक्युलेट करते थे. पर लाइक आई सेड, अगर इलेक्टोरल मैंडेट अगर आपको ऐसा मिलता है तो एवरीथिंग बिकम्स अ थिंग ऑफ द पास्ट. नीतीश कुमार इज लुकिंग इन द पिंक ऑफ हेल्थ व्हेन ही इज एड्रेसिंग हिज एमएलएज टुडे.
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल. देखिए ना, कुछ महीनों पहले तक जब चुनाव प्रचार शुरू हुआ था तो क्या-क्या नहीं कहा जा रहा था नीतीश कुमार के सेहत को लेकर के, वो भूल जाते हैं, उनके तमाम वीडियो चल रहे थे. लेकिन उसके बाद देखिए नीतीश कुमार की छवि एक स्ट्रॉन्ग लीडर की तरह आई है और नीतीश कुमार ने बहुत कुछ ज़्यादा बोला भी नहीं, स्पीच में अपना चुपचाप काम करते रहे. सीट शेयरिंग पर जब ऐसा लग रहा था चिराग पासवान की पार्टी को कुछ सीटें मिल रही हैं, उन्होंने अपने नेताओं को बुलाया, सिंबल दे दिया. फिर जब मौसम खराब हो गया था, जब तेजस्वी यादव अपने घर में थे, वो चुनाव प्रचार करने के लिए बाय रोड निकल गए. यहाँ भी अगर आप देखें, बीजेपी से टफ बार्गेन करने के मामले में उन्होंने कहा स्पीकर मेरा होना चाहिए, उसके बदले में उन्होंने अपना होम बचा लिया, अपने महत्वपूर्ण विभाग जेडीयू के पास रख लिए. अब उनके आगे रोड मैप है, जो भी एनडीए का संकल्प पत्र है उसके हिसाब से उन्होंने जैसा कहा अभी जो विधायक दल की बैठक में कि हमें बहुत काम करना, विकास का काम करना है. और ये आमतौर पर बिहार के लोग यही बात कह भी रहे थे कि काम हुआ है, लेकिन जितना होना चाहिए था उतना नहीं हुआ. तो ये जो आम लोगों की, आम बिहार के आम लोगों की बात है, उसी को आगे बढ़ाएंगे. और जैसा उन्होंने कहा कि मोदी जी हमारी बहुत मदद करेंगे, वो उनका समर्थन और सहयोग मिलेगा. जो डबल इंजन वाली सरकार अब बिहार की एक नई दिशा की तरफ ले जाएगा इस संकल्प के साथ, और वही उनका टोन था विधायक दल की बैठक में.
Rohit, will things change or will much remain the same where the cabinet is concerned? You know, where the position of speaker, the deputy chief ministers, the cabinet, more or less, is it the same kind of mix that we look at?
ये आमतौर पर अगर नीतीश कुमार के लिए बात करें,
Well, yes, the focus has been on continuity rather than making any sort of big changes in the government. Nitish Kumar will continue to remain the chief minister. Samrat, Choudhry and Vijay Sinha in all likelihood will be his deputy chief minister. So that is what at the top we are hearing. And apart from that, most of the ministers who were part of the last government, they are likely to be inducted once again. However, there could be possibility that a few women faces could get opportunity to be part of the Nitish cabinet. Some young faces also, as the focus of the Prime Minister has been on MY, Mahila and Yuva. So we can expect the representation of a few women also in the Nitish Kumar cabinet, as well as some young faces.
Pankaj, will there be a lot of changes that one can expect, or will Nitish go with the old formula?
देखिए, अभी तो कुछ देर बाद अमित शाह नीतीश कुमार के यहाँ जाएंगे, वहां बैठक होगी, तो उसमें सारी चीजें क्लियर हो जाएंगी। लेकिन जैसा कहा जा रहा था कि बीजेपी की तरफ से डिप्टी सीएम को लेकर कोई सरप्राइज एलिमेंट हो सकता है, ऐसा तो कुछ हुआ नहीं। सम्राट चौधरी जो डिप्टी सीएम बन रहे हैं, या विजय सिन्हा, दोनों पुराने चेहरे हैं। सम्राट चौधरी के साथ नीतीश कुमार की बड़ी अच्छी केमिस्ट्री है, और नीतीश कुमार बहुत ज्यादा प्रयोग मंत्रिमंडल में नहीं करते हैं। हो सकता है एक दो नए चेहरे आ जाए, हो सकता है बीजेपी कुछ नए चेहरों को समाहित करने की कोशिश करे इस नई मिनिस्ट्री में।
बहुत शुक्रिया आप दोनों का. Thank you, Rohit and Pankaj, for joining us with that, viewers. You know, the spotlight isn't only one person, something that we speak of. Earlier on, so much was said about Nitish Kumar, but quietly, and he's been very, very quiet during this election, he has roared back to power, and a landslide in Bihar. And once again, Nitish Kumar was at the center of it. Despite 15 years in power, anti-incumbency didn't quite bite, and the NDA swept the mandate. But speaking of Nitish, from the JP movement to Lalu's ally and then rival to the face of Sushashan, Nitish has navigated every political turn and still stayed relevant.
मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति
सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा.
He's done it again, but this time the story is bigger than a swearing-in. Nitish Kumar's party, along with the BJP, has secured a landslide victory to form the next government in Bihar. And in a state where he has already helmed the top job for over 15 years, what stands out is this: anti-incumbency did not bite. Despite shifting alliances, political churn, and a long tenure that would test any leader, Nitish remains a central force around whom Bihar's power equations still settle. Born in Bakhtiarpur near Patna, Nitish Kumar was an engineer by training, a product of Bihar College of Engineering, before he found his calling in politics. In the 1970s, as the JP movement swept across northern India, a young Nitish joined the campaign against the emergency, standing alongside other future stalwarts like Lalu Prasad Yadav and Sushil Kumar Modi. That movement forged the first layer of his politics of social justice with discipline, socialism without chaos. For years, he played cheerleader to Lalu Prasad Yadav until he broke away to form his own party, the Mamata Party. It is the Mamata Party which later evolved into what we know today as the Janata Dal United. The split wasn't just political, it was ideological. While Lalu's firebrand politics focused on social justice, Nitish represented Sushashan, which promised roads and schools. When Nitish first took oath as the chief minister, Bihar was looking for change and an end to the infamous days of RJD's Jungle Raj. Nitish promised a new beginning. Under him, crime rates fell, electricity reached homes. But as the national political tide shifted, so did Nitish's alliances. In 2013, he walked out of NDA and ended a 17-year-old alliance with the BJP. After Narendra Modi was appointed as the chairman of BJP's Lok Sabha election campaign committee, he said he was walking away to follow secular agenda. In 2 years, he had joined hands with his old friend and recent rival, Lalu Yadav, to form the Mahagathbandhan, a grand alliance that swept the polls in 2015.
विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा।
मैं तेजस्वी प्रसाद यादव ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा।
That alliance didn't last very long. Nitish Kumar left the Mahagathbandhan over disagreement with Lalu's RJD and went back to the NDA in August 2017, only to walk away again in 2022. With the Lok Sabha elections looming, Nitish Kumar joined hands with Congress's Rahul Gandhi and other opposition parties to form the India bloc. But he didn't stay there for long either. He returned to the BJP fold in 2024.
मैं नीतीश कुमार सत्यनिष्ठा से प्रतिज्ञान करता हूं।
His political U-turns and alliance switches earned him the name Paltu Ram. But in Bihar's arithmetic, Nitish always managed to land on the winning side. Across 40 years and many political turns, Nitish Kumar has remained the heart of Bihar's governance. As the next mandate unfolds, his journey moves into a new chapter that is shaped by alliance equations and a more demanding young electorate. Bureau Report, India Today.